What's up guys, Simply Coco here and welcome back to my channel and welcome to another speed build. So today we are building in the world of Sulani. This is the beach lot that is like at the top left hand corner of the world map. You can see the name of the lot in the top left hand corner of your screen. If you want to place it in your game, that's where it goes. Um, yeah, and as you can tell from the title of this video, we are building a boathouse. So this is kind of a, I'm building from reference on Pinterest. Um, Not exactly, but just kind of, inspiration. So I'm not going to pop a photo up. But on Pinterest, it said it was like an electric powered boathouse. So I think what I'm going to title this video is a solar powered boathouse. So I do end up putting solar panels on the top of the roof, the section that isn't fenced off. You won't actually see me put the solar panels down just because it was an afterthought. But in the screenshots, you will see that I do put 6 solar panels up there. Yeah, so I'm just doing the decking kind of area. I rounded it instead of leaving it like as a rectangle just because it looked a little more realistic. Um, as you can see, I have kind of started on the floor plan. This is pretty much it because the bigger room is obviously the bedroom and the smaller room is the bathroom, and then the rest of this is kind of just the living area. So I'm working on the kitchen first. I go with these counters that are, I believe, from Backyard Stuff. I get confused between Backyard Stuff and Perfect Patio. It might be from Perfect Patio, but I go with those. They're technically supposed to be outside counters, like next to a grill or something, hence why they come with Perfect Patio. But I really wanted some white counters that looked very sleek and kind of modern. Um, the only other all white ones that are like modern are the Island Living ones, but those are like they look like they're made of wood, and I didn't want wood, if that makes sense. Giggity, sorry, filth. Anyway, um, yeah, I didn't want anything that looked like it was um, basically made out of wood. So I wanted something more sleek and modern. So that's why I ended up going with these. The spa day ones don't come in an all white, and then the cool kitchen ones, the all white swatch looks more gray to me. So yeah, that's why I ended up with these. I do use the cool kitchen, um, what is that called? Refrigerator and the cool kitchen stove. I just used the stove in more of a stainless steel kind of swatch, and then I went ahead and used a white fridge. And then the extractor fan I use from Cool Kitchen as well. This one. You won't see it in the screenshots because for some reason when you get really close in tab view it disappears. But it is there. um, sorry that I'm saying a lot. It's just, it kind of helps me prepare my next thought. But anyway, now I am doing the kind of dining room situation. So I did put uh, like this bar kind of section in the middle, but your Sims can't actually sit there. It's just to have another place to prepare food, and I wanted the sink there. Um, but now I'm doing the dining room kind of situation. I go for, I'm not sure. I'm trying to catch it and see what pack the table I use is from. Um, I do not end up. This isn't the table I use. It was too dark. The dining room table. Excuse me. The dining room table was the only piece of furniture that I wanted to look that I was okay with it being like a wood texture to it. I don't even think this is the table I use. Yeah, I think this is the table I end up using. If this is the one I end up using, it's just a base game table. I did want to use that fireplace, but it looked very industrial to me and not so much modern. So I end up using this kind of. I would consider that to be an electric fireplace. You know, a fireplace that doesn't. It's not necessarily real fire, but it does produce heat. It's kind of like a space heater, if that makes sense. And then now I'm doing the living room area. It's all just kind of open. I was hoping to get this as a tiny lot, but with the big decking around the actual boat itself, or the big decking around the actual living area itself, was just so much it exceeded even 100 tiles. Um, but now that was just me testing out the university couches to see if they would do better as a sectional. But I did end up using these eco lifestyle couches instead, just because they make sectional couches, turning them into sectional couches um, looks really good, and they work really well for that. Excuse me if you heard that. Um, Even though those university ones would have looked pretty good as well, it's just they weren't giving me the right kind of vibe. And I know that these eco lifestyle couches are supposed to be fabricated, they're supposed to be upcycled, and I literally said I didn't want anything like that. I want it more sleek and more modern. But the white swatch kind of looks, very sleek and very modern, even though it does have the like wood paneling kind of holding it together. That's another reason why I push it up against the window, just to hide that a little bit and make it look more sleek and more clean. Um, but yeah, and then I said this in my last speed build, the Plant Lovers Loft, that I used the little poof poof pillows that came with the toddler stuff pack. I don't think it's toddler room. I think it's just toddler stuff pack. Um, I used that as a throw pillow to hide the glitch in the couch, so you will see that momentarily. Um, and I have never seen anyone do that in any speed build on YouTube before. I'm not saying I invented it or that that I'm onto something, because someone might have done it before, but I've never seen it. So, yeah, thought it was a great idea. These hanging lights that I'm putting are from the Bowling Night stuff pack. I just felt like this whole white and kind of green color scheme was really pretty. I do end up putting, I won't say a lot, but I do end up putting quite a few plants on the outside of the build, not so much on the inside of the build. The bedroom ends up probably having more plants than like the living space. But as you can see, I'm working on the bedroom now. I go with this kind of futon-ish looking bed from City Living. This is another object that I was kind of okay with it being, looking like it was upcycled wood or something like that, or just or made out of wood in general. Just because, I don't know, I just like this bed, and I didn't want the modern beds in The Sims are they look they I don't like them. They look funny to me. They don't really look the modern beds in The Sims don't really look modern to me. They look more futuristic. So, and I think the only like quote unquote modern bed we have in The Sims is the one from base game, and you know how base game objects are. But anyway, I do place a TV in here on top of this eco lifestyle like table, accent table, or whatever you call them. That is the only TV on the lot. I do not put one in the living room. I just assume the person that live here is very, into nature, and if they're sitting in the living room, they much rather be looking out the windows into the water or reading a book than watching TV. The TV's only in the bedroom because maybe when they, lay down to go to sleep at night, they want to watch TV. This is a residential lot, so if you moved a sim into here, they would live here. But you could, I don't know. I wish there was a way you could own 2 homes in The Sims. That way you could have your house and then have another house that you take your Sims on vacation or something. I wonder, let me know in the comments, can you turn any lot into a rental lot? Like, does a lot have to do rental lots either have to be in the Jungle Adventure world or the Outdoor Retreat world? Or can I make this lot a rental lot and your Sims can rent this boat out? Let me know in the comments, because I'm not sure, but that would be cool if you could turn this into a rental lot and actually have your Sims rented out. If not, then the only other thing you could do is literally just move your sim here, and this is where they live. Um, which wouldn't be terrible. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's actual. I mean, I'm sure there are people that live on actual houseboats, like in real life, like that is their home. But either one would work. Anyway, I'm moving on to the bathroom. I love bathrooms where I can fit one of these in, one of these kind of tubs. Obviously, it's not the right kind of tub for every single like build, but for a houseboat, I just thought it was perfect. I'm in a sorry. I'm starting to get obsessed with this towel object from Spa Day. Sometimes I use it as a hand towel, and sometimes I use it as like the towel you dry off with towel. I really liked what I did there with those towels. I like how it ended up looking. And then I just put a rug in front of the tub because you would need to wipe your feet off and not slide. And then a plant. And now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I changed the flooring in the bathroom to a tile flooring. If that bothers you, just change it to literally whatever you want. Um, but I did not change the tile. And then this is me trying to figure out where a computer can go. It does end up going in this corner right here, just because that was the only place it really could go. That's I wanted to use that a bigger computer, not a laptop, but that Mac looking one, it just looks way too bulky. So I end up using that kind of more sleek one, which I think might be from Get to Work, if I'm not mistaken, because it's meant to like be like a registration, or like a like a registration or like a check-in computer for like a company, or like if you walk into a spa or a gym and they swipe your card to check you in. I imagine that's what that computer is like kind of emulating. I'm not sure. Now I'm just trying to put a mirror somewhere because there isn't one besides in the bathroom. I end up putting the kind of art deco looking mirror, this one, but I don't put it there. I put it over the couch, which I thought was a pretty cute spot for it. And here I am putting that pillow to cover the glitch. So what I did, I don't even know if I sized it down one, but if I did, I sized it down and then I lifted it up either one or two with the 9 key, and then just placed it over the glitch. And then I'm using base game chairs, sizing them down and lifting them up to act as other throw pillows as well, just so the one I put in the middle wasn't the only one. My experience with making a sectional couch is your Sims will still sit on them, on both, and they will use all 3 seats. It's just if a Sim goes to sit where they intersect, their legs will clip into the other couch. Excuse me. I don't mind that. To me, it makes it look like they're laying on the couch, maybe under a blanket or something. But if that bothers you, then just delete one of the couches. But here I am moving on to the decking outside. I put a table with the 2 Eco Lifestyle chairs. I'm obsessed with those chairs, and I love that swatch on them. They're not considered dining chairs, so they're not actually like slotted to that table, but they are functional. Your Sims can sit there, they just won't sit there and use the table. They would just sit there to read or to eat in their lap or something. But if you want to trade those chairs out for actual chairs that will attach to the table, there are some Eco Lifestyle chairs that you can put there. I just didn't like the vibe of those. And then up here is the upper deck. I use these Island Living chairs. I just thought, we can't do a build in Sulani without using something from Island Living. This kind of awning is the awning that I put over this area is actually from the toddler stuff pack, I believe. I think so. But if you go and if you don't have the toddler stuff pack, that awning is in the debug menu of base game, I believe, because if you like look in Newcrest or Willow Creek, in some of the parks have those awnings, the same exact ones. So I believe they're in the debug menu of base game if you don't have the taller stuff pack. So if you download this lot and place it in your game and you don't have the taller stuff pack and therefore you don't have that awning, just look in the debug menu. If you don't know how to get to the debug menu, just bring up your cheat bar by clicking Control Shift and C, then type in bb.show live edit objects. And then you can filter by base game and you can find it. If you're looking for something that's specifically like in the world, you don't have to type in hidden objects. The hidden object cheat, you can just type in the show live edit objects, at least in my experience. So I really struggled on what color to make this kind of decking to get to the boat. So I don't know if you'll see it, but at some point I looked around to see what other kind of decking was around the area, and I saw these two bridges that had like a grayish wood on them, so that's why the decking ends up being what color it is. I did put 2 chairs and a cooler out there to like simulate that maybe people were fishing, but later on I do go back and change that to be 2 lounge chairs instead, just because I figured the people that lived here probably aren't into fishing. I imagine them being a little bougie, not like bougie to the point of rudeness, but they're just well off and they know it, obviously. So I figured they'd be more willing to lounge than fish. Maybe if you have a couple living here, the man of the house could be more of a fisher and you can put those objects back if you have outdoor retreat, but it's completely up to you. That's why I haven't said anything about a storyline or what kind of Sims I would imagine living here, because I really don't have an idea of what kind of Sims will be living here. I would just know that they're kind of rich and bougie. I would imagine this isn't their only house. That's why I was saying like I wish there was a way you could own 2 homes in The Sims. This is probably just their vacation home. Excuse me. But yeah, have no idea what these people do to make their money or anything. I just have seen a lot of people do boat builds. I saw Miss Griffey do a small yacht. I saw Devin Bumpkin do a big yacht. I saw Freezer Bunny do a big yacht. So I was like, I want to do a boat, but I don't want to do a yacht. So I was like, perfect, I'll do this smaller kind of houseboat. It really looks like a pontoon boat to me, but I don't think you can call it that because a pontoon boat is like even smaller. But a pontoon boat was kind of what I was imagining when I was like, I want to build a boat. But yeah, now I am doing the landscaping. I cut some of it out when I get to the rocks, because there's a set of trees off to the right, if you can see them, and there's some rocks by them. So I went in the live edit objects to look for those rocks, but strangely enough, they weren't there unless I just wasn't looking in the right place. But I filtered by island living and everything and still couldn't find them. But here I am now putting these lounge chairs. Yeah, and as you can see, the screenshots are rolling. I took them in evening time because it was just so pretty. But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will always respond to your comments. And please turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I post my next video, and I will see you all then. Bye!